Good evening, at home and abroad. Rules and regulations, policies, terms and conditions are there for a purpose to guide us in whatever we want to do. And those who set up these rules and regulations, they ensure they do their best toward to protect and defend these rules and regulations. They are viewed from time to time. On this platform, there are rules and regulations that applies to those on the panel or the panelists and those in the comment section. We've often applied more in respect to those in the comment section. And it is not a joy to either put somebody on a 15-minute timeout or to ban the person. But this oftentimes is reviewed and amended where necessary, or we apply what we call leniency. If that is not there, there will be chaos on the platform. So that is the reasons why we have rules and regulation. There is a king called Ahasuerus. I'm not pronouncing his name very well. His sleep was taken away from him. He was disturbed throughout the night because of one person. And that person's name is Mordecai. His sleep was taken away because a certain individual was against a particular nation or tribe. For every one of us, either group or individual, who is agitating or has agitated or and still agitating for a secession in respect to Nigeria. This is my honest prayer. Please, I want you to believe me. My honest prayer is this, that the Almighty God will take away the sleep of the president. And he will wake up one day to say, for everyone who is agitating or has been agitating, to go their way. Either he will unilaterally on his own, or he will consult the Senate, the House, the legislators, the legislative arm of the government, to either make this desire of those who wants to break away to come to pass. We're used to the saying, what God cannot do does not exist. I'm going to repeat again, and I really mean this. I woke up today, from yesterday to today, it was my earnest prayer and desire that the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that God, the Almighty God, as his wife vowed on the altar, to do good, to set the nation on the right path, that he will take that sleep away from them and give those who are agitating for secession their heart desire. And when each and every one of us have identified the nation we want to go with, when we go, we shall elect leaders that will lead us. We will make laws for ourselves. And we must write a constitution for ourselves. And when we write that constitution, when each nation, either is the Yoruba nation, the Biafra nation, the Ogoni nation, it is my earnest prayer today the 12th of November, 2023. And when we write this constitution, we must put we, the people, meaning that we will be consulted by the special grace of God, either individually or a group. And after we've been consulted and the constitution has been written, the onus will now be on everyone in that nation to uphold, to defend that constitution. Because failure in doing so, that nation will not be different from Nigeria that they broke away from. Because the only alternative to bad government, the only alternative to bad government, and I repeat, it's not my solution, it is not your solution. It is a standard solution that have existed from time memorial. When individuals stand up to defend the core values of the Constitution. It is not my solution. It is not your solution. It is what the existing and established solution in any society. I am going to repeat myself again for the purpose of emphasis, that God will touch the heart of the president and grant the prayers of those who says this country is no longer workable. It is my honest and sincere prayer, no mockery in it. God bearing witness with my heart. Because the agitation is genuine. But when you go, and go you must go, you must write yourself a constitution. You can't avoid it. And when you write it, you must put we because you were consulted. If you don't want to use we, you can use our. If you decide not to use our, you can use whatever adjective or pronouns you want to use. And you must elect a leader. There's no choice in it. And that leader, the number one citizen, will swear by that constitution to both uphold and defend it. Your legislator, your governors, your councillors, anyone appointed into that office to govern, to lead, will swear by that constitution. And the only alternative to bad government is when individuals stand up to defend the core values of the Constitution. And should you fail in the new country you're going, the country will not be different from what? From the Nigeria that you left behind. Hopefully, Nigeria would have realized and come to that term to understand that it's time for us to change. It's been a pleasure to be on this journey in our country to make it better. Olumide said, I am speaking ignorantly. I have come with this your only me sabi attitude. That's not what I said. I said it is not mine. It is not yours, if you listen very well. It is our. It is an established thing. It is not mine. I didn't say it is mine. I don't have a constitution. The Constitution doesn't belong to only you. It belongs to everyone. So why will I lay a claim to such? I also made a prayer. You did not hear the prayer. And the prayer is the Almighty God will take sleep away so that the president can grant the desire, the prayer. But I will not be offended. I have taken a decision not to be offended. And I'm glad to have you on the platform for you to hear whatever you want to say.
So
The
thank you,
floor is
Agitation,
yours.
for allowing me to be part of your program. So what I take from your submission is that you don't think that there's anything wrong with this current constitution that they're operating in Nigeria, and that you don't think that those who are asking for their country will be any different from what Nigeria is right now, which I disagree with personally.
Let me clarify myself so that you can understand what I said. If you don't mind to mute yourself so that I can clarify
Sure, sure.
myself. Can you mute yourself, please, so that I can clarify? I said, for the record, my prayer is that the sitting president will grant the desire, and I mean this from the depth of my heart, will grant the desire for those who are agitating for secession. And when that happens, you agree with me that you must write yourself a constitution. You can nod your head if you agree or disagree. And you agree with me the president that will be elected will take an oath on that constitution to defend and to uphold it. Do you agree with me on that? You also agree with me that anyone that put their hands on that constitution will take an oath to swear and to defend it. You also agree with me that failure for them to defend and to uphold and defend it, it's going to be a setback for that nation. Do you agree with me on that? Pardon? Hello, Lumide, do you agree on the last thing I said?
Oh yes, yes. I didn't
Okay.
unmute myself.
Okay. So that is what I said. At no time have I said there is no aspect of our constitution that do not need amendments. If you were on the platform yesterday, I did state that corruption is enshrined in the Nigerian 1999 constitution with amendment 2011. It's on record. So for you to say I just said that I didn't see any reason, I didn't see any fault in that constitution. I've never said that. Not in any, not at any time the records is there. So the floor is yours. Thank you.
So like I said, the first problem with that constitution that we have currently is the fact that they said we the people. So we the people is not.
Olumide, I'm going
Is,
to stop you again.
listen,
You are
listen.
not,
Let me finish. You
if
told,
you
you told
listen
me
to
you told
me,
me how to go. Let me
Olumide,
finish. Let me finish
okay,
my point. I will let
right.
you respond. Is we the people, which is a lie, complete lie, because the people, even the president who took oath of that constitution in 1999 for the first time, never saw it. Nobody ever saw it before until after the president was sworn in, Obasanjo. And we didn't begin to discover all of these impediments until until that constitution, until it was sworn in and it became available for all and sundry for everybody to see. Fine, we were in a hurry to get the military out. We didn't follow due process. We didn't, but it is time for us, if we want to build a nation that is everybody's dream, to start all over again. The military did a shoddy job. You understand? Fine, we wanted to get rid of them. We wanted them to leave. But now we have realized that the amendments they have done since 1999 till date has not helped anybody. They have amended, Even the amendment, they have not even obeyed their own law. Each time you go to the courts for interpretation, up until the Supreme Court, they will look for technicalities to legalize illegality, to legalize corruption that they are supposed to uphold. Now, they didn't consult with the people. They didn't take permission from the owners of the land of Nigeria, the indigenous ethnic people. It is very fundamental to any country. We can assume that today, that in countries like the US, the UK, the owners, the settlers in the US were the ones who drafted it, so there wasn't really any problem. You understand? If the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria were monolithic of the same ethnic group and they were written by one of their forebearers, or fine, they would find a way to deal with the issue themselves. But we are talking about a conglomerate of different ethnic groups. It is very fundamental. Different cultures, different beliefs. We cannot just say, oh, let's move on, things will get better. It hasn't gotten better, it's gotten worse since 1960, since our independence. We need to consult the people. And the standard way to do that, after drafting the constitution, they should have subjected it to a referendum. With that referendum, if the people had voted overwhelmingly for that military constitution, fine, we would have said, oh, we voted for it. All the ethnic, so number of people voted for it. And then we can begin to talk of amending what the people accepted. But they cannot force something on us by a decree
Okay,
and then
Olumide,
accept us to keep on living the same way.
Olumide, on this particular segment, we are on the same page based on the questions I asked and the answer you gave. Would that be correct? We're
Well,
on the same page.
I'm yet to fully understand your assertion.
Okay, can you mute, please?
Well,
Let me repeat myself. And I want you to nod for the record. Yesterday broadcast, I did state, and I'm going to repeat for the record, that corruption is enshrined in our constitution. And it needs to fix like any other provisions that we don't agree with or we think it doesn't favor the general populace that needs to be fixed. Do we agree on that? Good. Now, also, I said a prayer. I made a prayer because it's as a result of the failed society, Nigeria. People agitate for secession, which is within their legitimate right to do. And I pray that God will touch the heart of the sitting president. You're one of those that want the Yoruba nation. He will wake up one day, either on his own, or do you want me to wait until you focus? Okay. Mr. Lumide seems distracted, so I am going to highlight a comment here. How can we define a failed
electricity,
state?
I'm still here. Just don't put me backstage. I will join you soon.
Okay, all right. I won't put you backstage. If you read the description, what I wrote on the description, and I'm going to read it again because I have it here. How can we define a failed state, or what are the characteristics of a failed state? Sam Agulefo. Corruption and economic crime. You will agree what I'm about to read has hugely negatively impacted on our society and have harmed Nigerians' reputation as a global hub for financial services and businesses. Also, it has caused enormous distress for the unfortunate victims of these crimes, despite having the tools, policies, and strategies to vigorously tackle such. Whichever way you want to define a failed state that cannot take care of its citizens, that the citizens have to run away from their country to another country. That's their right. They don't have a right in their country. We can define it in several ways. So Olumide, I believe you're back. If you are, okay, you're still not back. We're all at this on today's segment. We're on the same page. But what I said, I'm going to repeat again. For those who believe in one Nigeria, this is what we have to do to fix one Nigeria. For those who don't believe in one Nigeria, they have every right not to, because the one Nigeria has failed them, myself inclusive. And should the president, my prayer is that the president will make that announcement the same way he made that announcement of fuel subsidy is gone. He will take to the same podium and say, you know what, I declare so, I made such declaration. And those who are agitating for their own nation will be able to set up their own nation. And when you go to that nation and set it up, you already agree with me, Olumide, that you have to choose a leader. You must write a constitution. You have to consult. Everybody will be consulted. A fair consultation, like what you are saying now. A fair consultation. Olumide, if you are with me, just nod, please. That would be very nice. A fair consultation among everyone to write that constitution. The president and all
Electricity.
leaders.
Can you hear me? I'm at work, but
Yeah, but
I'm
I
listening
have
to
to
you.
mute you, please.
Yeah.
A fair consultation will have to be made. Everyone. Everyone. A fair consultation will have to be made so that all. Nnamdi, you have to turn on your camera, please, if you want to be on the platform, please. If you don't mind, I'll put you backstage when you turn on your camera, then I'll bring you back on. So when all this is done, the president, everyone will be required to uphold and defend the Constitution. To uphold and defend the Constitution, regardless, irrespective. So, if you fail to do that, you will be in the same position as Nigeria is. Henry Gabriel, you said a country where there is no rule of law and a country that the judiciary and justice system is corrupt is a failed state. I agree with you. Like I said today, this broadcast is a broadcast of agreement. It's not a broadcast that we will now be exchanging banter or exchanging. No, we are on the same page on this broadcast. It is a failed state. And we have to fix it. But let's argue that it is beyond, for the purpose of argument, it is beyond fixable. Let's argue that it can't be fixed. Therefore, we need a new country. And when we go to that new country, we will elect leaders, and they will swear to the constitution. We will write ourselves a constitution. And when we write that constitution, the leaders and the citizens, everyone is a citizen, but the leaders and both the citizens must pledge to uphold and defend the core values of that constitution. Because failure in doing so, they will experience the same failed state that Nigeria experienced. Henry, the floor is yours, please.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, everyone. You see, I guess you're not realizing that the country is a failed state already. Before you were not sounding like this. Before you were not sounding like this. I
Henry,
guess.
let
No,
me
hold on,
stop
1 minute.
you.
1 minute. No, hold on, not
Henry,
stopping now.
wait,
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 1 minute.
wait. Just hold on 1 second.
Okay.
This is not for argument.
No,
This
I
is
know.
not
I just
to
want to make some.
throw.
I just want to make some point. I understand you.
Yeah,
I'm not
this
trying
is
to argue
not to
with you.
throw blame.
I understand. I'm not going to use
Okay,
it on
so
you. What I
all right.
mean, you see, including myself, Nigeria is a failed state. If I was thinking there's a hope, looking at what happened in these few days now, this election for last week, yesterday, it's just I'm just calling for Nigerians to rise up and say we want to break this country into 5 or 4 zones. That's it.
So
Because
Henry, we
yeah,
are now based on this your last statement you made.
yeah.
You've come back to what if were you listening from the very beginning?
No, I just came not so
Okay.
long. Yeah.
Okay, you just came in. Okay, allow me to repeat myself so that you want. That's why I said this segment is not for argument. I stated earlier, which Olumide agree with me, is here that God should touch the heart of the president
Which
so that he
president?
will wake up one day.
Which president?
Can I finish, please, if you don't mind? I'm trying to bring you up to speed
Okay. Okay.
so that it will declare that it will answer the prayer of those who are agitating or who want, because it's a legitimate agitation, so that each and every one can go build their own nation. So here is the question I will have to ask you now, Aaron. Let's hope that happens, and it happens sooner than let's pray it happen like tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
When each and every one of us goes to, we've decided which nation we want to belong to. Do you agree with me that we must write a constitution for ourselves?
First thing you have to do is constitution. That's it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when we write that constitution for ourselves,
And we have to come agree. We are going to
we,
come as one to accept that constitution.
to accept that constitution. So
Yeah.
and we will input everything into that constitution.
Yeah.
Then we will elect a leader
Yeah.
or leaders.
By the
And
people.
these leaders will put their hand on the constitution and they will swear to uphold and defend that
We're going to
constitution.
listen. Let me cut you there short. They have
Okay.
to swear with our Muslim religion, Christian religion, and
Okay.
traditional religion. That three they have
Okay.
to swear.
Okay.
Because this is what they are doing. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Go on.
They will swear on that tree. And the
Yeah.
reason they swear on that tree is to uphold the content, the provisions in that constitution. Do we agree on that?
Sure.
Now, failure to uphold and defend that core values of the constitution.
To jail straight.
Come again?
If they fail, they have to go to jail straight.
No, okay, the person that means you have to, that is defending the core values of that constitution.
Yeah.
Now, failure to defend it, do you agree that it will be another failed nation?
If our leader fail to defend the constitution, they have to go to jail for that.
Okay, we're agreeing that, but what I am saying is that if the leaders failed to uphold and defend the constitution,
I'm sorry to
Olumide,
budge in.
no, you cannot
Let him
interject
finish.
that
Let
way.
him finish.
Don't do
Let him
that,
finish,
please.
please.
I'm sorry.
I
You're
want a
taking,
very peaceful evening.
what I know.
Don't interject.
What I'm saying
Don't,
is that
Olumide, don't, please. Can you just respect that? When you asked me to hold on for you, I did hold on. He's speaking, then you wait.
okay.
Please. Let's apply decorum. Erin, the floor is yours, please.
So, if let's assume we have a new constitution, new country, new nation, right? And they swear on the constitution, And if this sole leader we elected failed to behave like this ones, the old leaders, we don't need to judge too much. The people will agitate to put them. We have a constitution. They put them in prison. If they use 1, 3, 4, 5 people to show example for this, for not following the constitution, then people will stop doing crime. I wish some of these judges or these so-called INEC officials end up in jail. Now we are talking now. They will not ring this election of yesterday. You see, till we stand on our constitution, the people have to stand firm to say, you know what, will our leaders are accountable for all their failures, then things will not change. If we have a new nation and they don't follow the constitution, it's going to be a failed state.
Henry,
you understand what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that. And that nation will not be different from the Nigeria they break away from.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Just imagine when I came to this country, when I came to this country, they don't tell me you have to follow the law. I follow the law automatically. The law will change your mentality automatically.
Instinctively, you follow it.
Instantly.
Instantly, you follow it. Okay.
Yes.
So I am going to highlight something for you, Henry. Agree or disagree?
Nobody's above the law in this country. They're supposed to be in a nation that is progressing.
So
thank you.
This is what we are saying. When individuals, and when I use the word individuals, it starts from the number one person, which is the president. When individuals stands up to defend the core values, I mean, the alternative to bad government is when individuals stands up to defend the core values of the constitution. What you just highlighted, that if there is corruption, there has to be an enforcement. So we agree on that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Azero, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Good evening, bro. And good evening, my fellow panelists. Sorry, there's a bit of noise here, but I'll still try to speak loud. I'm beginning to understand you a bit, electricity, and I believe me and you will have a similar approach. But the difference is in accepting that there is a failed state and all the instruments of states cannot be used to fight this corruption we are talking about. Every instrument of the system has collapsed and is against the citizen. If you understand that, then me and you are on the same pedestal. Now, the solution is not immediately the breaking up of the states into different ethnic nations. Not immediately. That's what I call, there's a movie called, is it The Greedy Five or The Greedy Seven? Everyone wants to go to their own minor porch and live in their own space. It's a fantastic idea, but it's too ideal. It's something that is not tenable when it comes to the Committee of Nations. You will first and foremost, you must capture Nigeria as a whole, as a complete entity. Then, if you are now accepted into the Committee of Nations as a new Nigeria, which is not a captured state, within yourselves, you can now decide that, okay, let's go our separate ways. With that, you can approach the international community. But you cannot approach the international community just now saying you are broken up and you want to go to the, because you are trying to form a country and you want to be accepted. And the international community does not accept separatist states. But you must first do the battle as Nigeria, win back Nigeria, then decide within Nigeria that, okay, we are Yoruba, we are Igbo, we are Ijaws, we are Ibibios. We don't want to stay as one entity. You will agree, come together, and divide the states. But what I see is greed. And that is why if you break it the way it is now, one major problem is you will not be accepted as in the international community, which is a big factor. You cannot do business with any country. That means you have put yourself from frying pan to fire. And then two, You cannot even do anything within the state, because the state itself will come for you. First and foremost, the Nigerian ethnic groups must sit together and say, okay, this is what we have. Let us fight to rescue Nigeria. After rescuing it, we will now sit down and say we want to go our separate ways. If you don't do that, you can keep fighting for Yoruba nation from now to 20, 30 years to come. You are just what they call nuisance. The system, the system as it is, will be using the police, the military to fight you. And your effort will be scattered. You're fighting for Yoruba nation in one side. The Igbos are fighting for Biafra in one side. They will implore the United Nations and other instruments of the international communities to defeat you. But you must sit on a table and win back Nigeria, and then rewrite the constitution that allows for the what's it called, for separation, for you to do your what's that word again, referendum. Allow for it in the constitution. But if you keep fighting for Yoruba nation, Biafra, and everything from now to 50 years time, the states will be fighting you back, and they will be killing your people. After they kill you, they weaken you, you will go and rest. But if you go to the table and stop this whole charade together and say this is our country, you can go to the United Nations and say we have gotten back our country, and they will listen to you. They will come and make peace. But if you go to them as Yoruba nation, Biafra, they will not listen to you. And that is where the problem lies. Because everyone is selfish. They want to win their own space. Because if in Niger Delta we have oil, or in the southeast we have gas, or in Yoruba land we have the sea. It doesn't work that. That is why your journey is taking longer. Because you have never fought together to win Nigeria first. Even if you cannot win it as something you love, pretend to love it and win it first. That's where your problem lies. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Henry, before I come to you, I'll go to Olumide. Olumide, the floor is yours, please. Olumide, the floor is
So,
safe. If you're not ready, I'll pass
so,
on to her.
so electricity. I just want to say that I want to ask you a question too. Before I
Go ahead.
fully embrace, before I fully agree with you, I've not fully agree with you, but before I fully agree with you, I need to ask you a question. So, do you agree that this current constitution they operate there in that place needs we need a new one? We need to sit down and redo this constitution over again.
No, I don't agree that we need a new one. What I know we need is to amend certain section provisions of the constitution. And if you've been following me, you will know,
See,
everybody will
wait,
know that
sure,
that is
okay,
what
I get
I
your
have
answer
been
now.
saying.
The reason why I think it will be difficult to keep working with this constitution, this current one, is because there are so many faults. There are so many faults in it, so many fault lines, and amendments over the years, from 1999 till date, has not improved a lot of the Nigerian people. You understand? And there are so many things that are fundamental that is affecting us, like resource
Okay.
control, like policing,
Olumide,
like listen, let me finish.
okay, go ahead.
Like
Sorry.
policing, you understand? And this is taking too long the time to amend. You understand? So why don't we just do it right the first time? Get the people together, call it confab, call it sovereign national conference, call it whatever you want to call it. We want to sit down together and redo this over again. You understand? The reason why that is the reason why some of us are saying that we want our own country, because we don't think that working together as Nigeria.
But we already agree on that. I don't want us to overflog
Yeah. So that
unnecessary
I
issue.
mean,
We
that is
already
why
agree on that.
that is the conditionality that some of us
Okay,
agitating for our own separate states is
okay,
asking for.
Olumide, I listen. When I came on this evening, I'm not here to flog a dead horse, or I'm not here to drag unnecessary issues that we've spoken over time.
What you
It's
address?
not. is not my listen. You see, you're not even part of us. You're
Let me go in.
distracted.
Let me go in.
Henry, the floor is yours, please.
You see, if they change constitution or not change or amend constitution, if nobody follow this constitution or defend the constitution, it's still a waste of time. Who is going to enforce this? Who is going to enforce these people who break the against who do not enforce the constitution? Who? The judiciary. The judiciary is corrupt, like we have right now. Who is going to enforce the constitution? Who? Tell me, the House of Government is corrupt. Who going to do that? That is the problem we have. To have a constitution, new constitution, or whatever, it's not the problem either. People have to have consequences for breaking the laws. They have to have consequence. That is the reason we have a problem in that country. Like in UK, in America, in Germany, you don't break the law anyhow. You go in for it. Not even the British Council are going to do that. The problem is the judiciary, who's supposed to the House of Government supposed to enforce the constitution, the constitution. They are there sitting there making fun of Nigerians. They are the corrupt people. They don't follow the laws. They don't look at what happened in the court issue now. Look at what happened in the election. Who is to hold responsible for these things? Policemen are there. Who is to hold these people responsible? These corrupt people who are beating people in the public space. They cannot do nothing. They are the one who's ringing elections. So tell me, the country is so lawless to the extent that nothing is working. The judiciary is corrupt. The security agency is corrupt. The government is corrupt. The government who came in as fraudulent government. You think you're gonna come to say, okay, let me one day wake up to say let's share Nigeria to 5 places? Not this kind of egoist people. They are so selfish and wicked. Except Nigeria wake up from their slumber. Except, as we are talking right now, every Nigerians are talking and engaging on this issue in Nigeria. This will move their zeal to do something. But the way I see it right now, Nigerians are not ready for change yet. They seem ready to embrace their oppressors. You can see the way they do things. Who are these people they use to oppress other people? It's the same under Nigerians. They have trained their children in the Western country to come and rule those people in Nigeria. It is Nigeria time to wake up. They are ready to change for change. Even though we change constitution today, tomorrow, if there's no consequence for those people who break the laws, there's going to be zero. That's it. It's not like writing new one or.
Thank you, Henry.
Yeah.
Olumide, you see, like I said, myself and Henry, we are agreeing on one thing, but you want to take us back to. I've already prayed, and Henry agreed as well too. So, and I understand that if it doesn't work, the president, and I think I reminded Olumide yesterday because I don't tread on the path of ethnicity. I dislike it. In fact, it's not my style in life or what I believe in. But somebody raised a comment in the section yesterday that Olumide is agitating for a Yoruba nation, and the president is a Yoruba man. Why has he not declared a Yoruba nation? Somebody in the comment section said that yesterday.
So, let me cut it short. Do you forget about some years ago? The same Tinubu said he don't believe in one Nigeria. If you remember, there's a post about him. I will find it to post it here.
Okay, so let's pray. Okay. My prayer is, this is my prayer, and I mean it, my honest prayer. I will never fight against anyone who is agitated because there's a reason, a good reason behind it. But wherever we go, we must still write ourselves a constitution. And if we fail to uphold and defend it, it will not be different from this Nigeria that we are all running from. So, gentlemen,
like yesterday,
go ahead,
like yesterday, somebody was. I hate when they use this word minority. I hate it. I hate it. People use this word every time. There's one person, I don't call names in the program right now. We are not minority. We are all Nigerians. We are from the same tribe. They should not use this minority. Who is minority? If you are the majority, why is you lack? Why is you crying? Because you said because it's the same. He said it's the majority. Fine, we give him that majority. But you see crying, bitching every day. You know what I'm saying? But the minority are not crying. Why are you crying if you are the majority? So some people should grow up in their mental stage to stop this idea. Think they are the majority in that country. We're all Nigeria from the same tribe, the same religion, the same different ethnicity. So we should learn to have this in our this mentalities of saying we are one people. If you want to be your Igbo nation, then go for it. But don't always use the word you are majority. This one is minority. This is so annoying. It's that I couldn't come to the program today because I don't know what to say to this person because I'll be so angry if I tell him this because it's so annoying when I watch people see you put the blames of their failure from their state, from their region to other tribe, to other state. It's wrong. Like me, I will not put any problem every blames to other states, other states for the failure of my state governor of those state. I will not put the blame to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because our states they have right to develop that state. So they have 5 states in that eastern part. They have the power to come together to make okay. Let's have this seaport. Let's have these things working in our region. But they could not do it because their leaders failed them. They are corrupt, managed people. They don't even have them in art. It would not blame the Fulani, blame the Hausas. That is wrong. That is wrong. So what do you say about that? What do you say about what do you say about that?
Henry, if you listen to what the broadcast yesterday, and for the past week, I said we agree that we have to stop this blame game because this blame game has taken nobody nowhere, and nobody is disadvantaged in that country. Everyone
is
is
suffering.
disadvantaged and suffering. And I said, I pray for God to help to give those agitating for that nation to go. But like the record will always be there. They must write themselves a constitution. I'll come to you, Sarah. They must write for themselves a constitution. And they will put that we inside their constitution. And the constitution they will write will be cut and paste most of the time. Only few they will say it's cut and paste. They will take some from the Nigerian constitution that they condemn, take it or leave it. They will borrow some provisions there and add it to it. Yet they condemn it. Anyway, Esoro, after you, I'll bring the broadcast to an end. I don't intend to stay long today. So go ahead. Okay, Righteous Man has joined us. Okay, Esoro, go ahead.
Electricity, please. What's now the difference between you and all those pastors?
I don't.
Praying.
Esoro, I don't. What? You know what, Esoro, before I come to your comedy show, Righteous Man, welcome. Esoro, I will not give you the floor to talk. No, Esoro.
Wait.
We will do that. We will do this comedy later, please.
You say you are praying. I don't see. It's not when God give us oil, give us gas, give us manpower.
Oh, no. Did you hear my prayer? Did you hear my prayer?
Maybe I don't like that word. I don't just like the use of that word.
All right, let me remove the word prayer. Okay. I desire. I wish. I wish. Okay. All right. I've clarified
but now
that.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Did anybody listen to what Ahmed Dati said? He said democracy
I listened to his brother.
He said democracy you are looking for is not for the faint-hearted. Democracy is government by there's a way he described it, not for the people, by the people, and of the people, but of the people who want it, by the people who want it, for the people who want. That means by the people who fight for it, for the people who fight for it, and of the people who fight for it. If you are not, he's telling us that sit down look will not save us, prayer will not save us, and then they don't forget that in this same country, the elite sat down and gave us a national confab. That national confab, it's not done. It was not done by people from the streets. It was done by the elite. That because they realized that the constitution is not working. We have done national confab more than 2 times in this country, or maybe 3. Remember the Obasanjo time, the somebody's committee. Then during the Jonathan time, there was a national confab. There's a reason why they went to those things, because they realized that the constitution was faulty. Those confabs were meant to repair the constitution. So if these people are telling us that we need to fix the competition, sorry to say, with all due respect, sir, but who are you now to now tell us that the constitution is perfect? Are you
Let
better
me
than all
let
those people?
me
With all due
at
respect, sir.
at no point did I say the constitution is perfect, even at this on this broadcast. So please, I would like you to correct that. At no point have I ever there. In fact, there is no constitution in the world or no system in the world that is perfect. They keep reviewing it and they keep amending it as things changes. They amend it. So I have never said so. I would like the record to reflect that. Righteous
Okay,
man, the
okay.
floor is yours, please.
I take that from you.
Yeah, good
I
evening.
take that from you.
Electricity, good evening. Good evening.
Go, we are hearing you. Go on,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on.
Sorry. Good evening, righteous man. My apologies.
Yeah, and all the panelists, happy weekend and good Sunday. Well, I just joined. I don't know the topic, but I do hope that it has to do with the election that was held yesterday, right?
The answer to that question is no.
Okay,
So
okay.
if no, that is not why I'm here. And maybe forefathers will come in later and take over from me, but I will not be going to that I will not be discussing that election if you don't
Okay,
mind.
what's the topic you are presenting?
The topic is the alternative to bad government. That is the topic.
The alternative to bad government
Yes.
is revolution, people's revolution.
Okay. And how do you suggest this people's revolution should take place, please?
Yeah, the truth is that the only thing that can push the Nigerian people, knowing that we're not a homogeneous state, the only thing that can galvanize Nigerians to have one understanding and one mission and one action is poverty. That is the only thing that will galvanize Nigerians, bring them to achieve one purpose of changing the Nigerian state in terms of governance as it is today. I think the poverty level in Nigeria has not gotten to that extreme that we push Nigerians to say, no, we are tired of this. Until the Nigerian people experience what is called total abject poverty. Things are hard right now in Nigeria. A bag of rice now is going to 70,000. No electricity, no good road, no hospital, no security, no work. A lot of touts, multi-taxation. Those who drive this keke marwa, if they make an average of 7,000 a day, the agberos, those touts that Tinubu government instituted in Lagos, collect about 4,500 from them. If you know anybody in Lagos that is riding keke marwa, make your findings, whether I'm wrong or right. So those people just waste their time, work for the government, and they are out. So the only thing that can make Nigerians change this bad governance we have today is for the people of Nigeria to have a common goal, a common vision, a common understanding, and then said, we no agree. That we no agree is what I call civilian revolution. And that will change the history of this country. Until Nigerians are pushed to the wall in experiencing abject poverty, that's to the extent that it will be difficult for you to buy a bottle of water on the streets of Lagos to drink. When we get to that level, then Nigeria will change. Outside it, as long as Nigerians are able to find one food or the one thing or the other to manage for the day, go to church, go to mosques, and hear preachings and counselings that gives them hope. In the next 100 years, the country will be as it is today and even get worse. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Henry, the floor is yours, please.
Mr. Righteous Man, do you know that your president now, Tinubu, was among those who was fighting for democracy? You remember that? And some of these Festus
He
Keyamo,
didn't fight
stuff,
for democracy.
Well,
The military, let me tell you, I was part of those who were
no,
victims.
don't
I
go
was
too
part
far.
of Abacha.
I was part of them too. So leave that
Okay.
side. It was fighting. It was supporting Abiola during that time too. It was the one who said he don't believe in one Nigeria. So you're talking about revolution right now. If they have revolution today or tomorrow or anytime, if they don't put the house in order, is it going to be like now when there's no rule of law? There's nobody they are holding accountable for the breaking of the constitution. You swear and oath to uphold the constitution, but nobody's accountable for breaking the constitution. Who, if you don't have this guideline, if you don't follow this way, the revolution we're going to have is going to be like this former Nigeria. Because look at the justice system now. They are the ones supposed to hold constitution. They come to court, they misinterpret the constitution. Look at the Senate, the judiciary. It's all corrupt. So if Nigeria don't put the right people and hold them accountable for their failure, all this revolution you're talking about is going to be a waste again. You don't think so?
Yeah, my brother Henry, the truth is this: the Nigerian state is a captured one, and with what we have today as political parties and politicians, what you suggested, which is supposed to be the ideal thing to do, will never work in this present Nigeria. Never. Because these people are enjoying it and they can't give way. Both those ones in the House of, in the Parliament, both the executive, both the judiciary, and the business elite, they are enjoying the condition that this country is today. So it will be very difficult for them to let it go unless there is a mass revolution. The people of Nigeria that owns this country coming out to say, kill us, we are ready to die. That is the only way what you have suggested can effectively work. Because right now, every system, just like you noted, it's completely collapsed. The judiciary is gone, the security is gone, the legislature, they have been bought over. In fact, there is no part or arm of governance in Nigeria that is working.
Labor union is all gone. It's already gone. Labor union.
The labor union is gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
Before they make any proclamation of strike, you will see they will go to industrial court and get a court injunction against them. The military is also gone because they have been politicized. So it is only left for the Nigerian masses to come and say, we are tired and we no agree.
We need revolution, either in the hard way or soft way.
Correct.
Will you come out if we start the revolution? Will you come out?
Soft way. Nigeria need to move their butt. They should forget about this bet Nigerians. Bet Nigerians should move their butt. They should stop drinking, stop taking drugs. They should go out.
Bros, can I interject? If we start revolution, will you come out? That's the question.
I did it. I did it too. Abiola time. I did it when I was in Nigeria. Yes. Yes.
All right, gentlemen.
I know how many friends I lost that time.
We all agreed on one thing maybe for the very first time. We all agreed that we fix the country. If we are unable to fix the country, righteous man, if you were here earlier, my prayer is you are familiar with King Ahasuerus, where God took a sleep away from him until he was able to perform. So may God take the sleep away from Bola Ahmed Tinubu so that he can grant the wish and the desires of those who are
Not just
agitating
him
for.
alone. It's Kabah's place. Put it Kabah's
Okay,
place.
well,
Yeah.
okay. Let
Electricity.
me
Can
finish.
I interject?
Wait first. I'll finish.
Okay.
Then, once he does that, everyone will identify with the nation they want to go to. But this is what I said, which Henry also agreed, Olumide agreed, Exero, I don't know if you agreed or not, but I think he did, that when you go, you must write a constitution for yourself, and you will elect leaders who will swear to defend and to uphold and defend that constitution. And failure in doing so, it will be back to what? Square one. Those of us who believe in Nigeria, one Nigeria, we will see how we can fix it. And we will probably learn from those of you who have gone to start another nation and say, you see, it works for them. So let's learn, or we go and join them. That is my submission for this evening. I'm just being informed that Forefather has a program. I was not aware of that. So I don't know if he wants to continue with this or I hand this one. Forefather, if you are in, yeah, I believe you're in the backstage, so please, I need you to respond ASAP before I bring this. I either continue with this program or I bring it to an end, whichever you want, please, Forefather. If you don't mind, if you're there, Forefathers, could you please respond ASAP, please, if you don't mind, please. Yeah, greetings, Forefathers. I'm waiting for you. I got your message. Are you there? Okay.
Forefather is waiting for you. Come in now.
Okay.
Don't waste our time here.
Righteous man, continue, please.
Okay. Electricity. You see, I'm a Christian, but let me tell you that in these few years I've spent on earth, I've discovered that religion constituted 65% of the problem we have in Nigeria.
95%.
Okay, correct. The reason why I'm saying that is this. Our hope has been built on what is internal that can never materialize physically. And then we grew with that hope, trusting and believing that it's going to be okay. Can I shock you? When I was a child growing, my father was buying a bag of cement, 1 kobo, when he was building his house. 1 kobo, a bag of cement. You know, I'm into building industry. What we are buying a bag of cement today in Lagos is 5,600 naira. 5,600 naira. That's what we are buying a bag of cement today, against what my father bought in 1979 when he was building his house. Now, if somebody, a prophet, had prophesied that time will come in Nigeria when a bag of cement will cost 5,000, almost 6,000, because I called somebody in the East today, and they were telling me that, the person told me that a bag of cement in the East is 6,000 naira. In Lagos is 5,600. The person will say it will not happen. But I remember that my father would always wait for budget, the reading of budget, so that he would determine what he was going to do. And each time he would tell us that they say with this budget analysis and whatever, that things will get better. My brother, my father lived almost 100 years and gone. I am in my late 50s today. things did not change into a positive direction. It changed into a worse situation, worse condition. So religion had been the wheel that drive this country into this state, this sorry state we are in. And that is the same thing you have brought to say God should touch the heart of Tinubu. See, the God that the Christians worship claimed to be the God of Israel. And he said, Israel is my people. He didn't say Nigerians are his people or Nigeria is his people. He said, Israel is mine. I am the God of Israel. The covenant he made is with Israel. He didn't make covenant with Nigerians. Now, the same country that God Almighty claimed, according to the Christian literature, the Bible, that Israel is his. When Israel is under attack, they don't wait on that God and pray for him to intervene. They carry their machines and aeroplane and they go to war to fight because they want their country better. So the literature you read about God touching the heart of Nebuchadnezzar or the king or whoever, it can happen in this time. That happened when Christ never died. But now that Christ has paid for the sins of mankind, never you pray one day and say, let God come and touch somebody. Touch which heart?
So, righteous man, thank God you're not in my position now. I told you people before, you don't believe me. They don't pray to have electricity. You don't pray for good governance. We we do it.
This program is not meant for comedy show, righteous man. Anyway, thanks for making us laugh.
They don't pray. They go to
Go ahead,
do the thing, the right thing.
You see, I'm going to bring this broadcast. I want to thank every one of you. It's been a lovely journey coming with you people.
This short time we come in was interesting. We are allowed to speak. I hope next time they're going. Yeah, I hope it's going to be like.
Yeah, no. You always speak. Let's.
No, they don't.
I like my.
They don't allow
my
the
panelists to speak.
Okay, that's
Come
good.
Again?
This was nice.
Okay, all right, no problem. Like I said, we learn every day. Just like the Constitution, we amend it. We have to amend it and and uphold and defend the core values of it. Like it's not. Some people think it is my. I said it's my only solution. No, in your own house, there, righteous man, you have rules and regulations, and you will do everything to maintain that rules and regulations. Yes, sometimes you'll be lenient, sometimes you will not, but you don't want a total anarchy to occur in your house. So that is the way it is everywhere. And until we come to that point, well, whether God touches the heart of Tinubu or not, whether he agrees or not, but my hope, my wish, Esther said I should not say my prayer, my desire, my earnest desire is for those who are agitating to get that desire. And when they go to that country that they want, they will write for themselves. These are things you can't run away from. You must write for yourself a constitution. You have to put the we, whether you want to put we or you want to put I, whether you want to put. But if you fail to uphold and defend its core values, then you'll be back to square one. There's no argument about it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hope our path will cross again. And don't forget, the world is a small place, and let's be nice to each other. So that is
electricity. So I didn't iron out my own point too. Sorry, I was busy.
Look, you see, thank God you quickly say you don't have your own point. And you're busy.
I didn't iron out my own point.
Oh, you did? Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that if Nigeria will not, if the current president Tinubu and the Nigerian government keep doing things the way they're doing right now with the Nigerian constitution, you understand, the way they're operating, we, the Yorubas, you understand, I may not be speaking officially for the Yorubas, but I'm believing that we may be few in number, but I'm
Your
believing
president is
that.
Yoruba. What do you want again? Your president is Yoruba.
Listen, just listen, Henry, please
What do you
listen.
want?
You can't force us to be one Nigeria, okay? Listen.
Harry,
Wait,
let
so
it speak,
we
please.
may not be much, but we're saying very soon, majority of us will come to the realization that the way they are operating is not sustainable, and that we can do it better in our own Yoruba sovereign state. Yorubas are brilliant. Yorubas are articulate. Yorubas are progressive, smart people. We can build our own prosperous black nation. If Nigeria is not ready to listen to the voice of reasoning and treat all of the ethnic group with equality, if any of the other ethnic group want to stay with Nigeria, they are free to stay with Nigeria. But you can't force any ethnic group to be part of that conglomeration if they don't want to be part of it. And it is their right, inalienable right. It is in the United Nations Charter. As long as you have a land, a border, you are indigenous to that land, you have a right to seek your own sovereign state. You understand? We will do it peacefully. You understand? But if need be, people like me, if I have to support armed resistance, I will do that. Okay? So, but we will do it sensibly now. We will talk. You understand? It is my hope that Nigeria will see reason with the Yoruba people. This craziness cannot go on for too long. You understand? It can't go on for
Can
too
I
long.
ask can
What
I
is
ask
going on in
this?
that shito is nothing but craziness.
What if you have a nation, you don't defend constitution? Don't think it's going to be the same?
Sorry?
If you have your nation now, you cannot
No,
defend
that's
its
none of your
constitution.
business. We would let us. What you are saying is hypothetical.
Yes, sir.
Listen. What you're
Okay, sir.
saying
I
is
accept you.
hypothetical. I'm sure the people who had the countries that had their own sovereign state and are doing well, I'm sure they told them the same thing. You understand? Let us have it first, and then when we have it and we don't make good use of it, you can make fun of us. But now give it to us. Let us see. We are not going to sit down in this craziness where there's no hope and then tell me, oh, what if you have your own nation? Will it be better? I will tell you straight on, it will be better. It will be better. So don't make hypothetical statements.
Tinubu said it. You don't believe in one Nigeria. You forget about it.
I'm not saying I don't believe in one Nigeria. I'm saying that this craziness going on cannot keep going on. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting the same results. You understand? Look at the election they did yesterday. What is that nonsense? How do you want to build a future for the unborn children?
Olumide, we've agreed on this at the you were the first person that came on the platform. And everything you said, we've agreed that you will get your own nation sooner than expected.
Yeah, I pray, let me tell you, I pray that Tinubu will grant Yoruba people or every ethnic nationality that want their own country. And then
if I have to challenge you on that, you don't need prayer. You know why? Because it's your kinsman. So all you need to do is just approach him and say, my fellow.
See, people like me.
Wait now.
Listen,
wait.
You made a statement yesterday, and I want to correct that statement that he's a Yoruba man. I didn't support him for presidency. You understand? I didn't support him because I don't even believe that he qualifies. He was the most qualified person, and I didn't believe that there was a free and fair election in that country. He's a Yoruba man. He may believe in one Nigeria. He may not necessarily believe in the Yoruba nation. But there were so many intrigues that played before the election. He sponsored a group of people to agitate for Yoruba nation, to sing it loud so he could get the APC ticket. And the moment he got that ticket, he killed that agitation. He used it, but which is fine. But let me tell you, people like me, whose consciousness was aroused during that period, that consciousness has not died, and it won't die until we achieve our aim. If they think they did it for evil, They meant it
I
for
agree
evil,
with you.
but it's going to end up for good. If
I
they think
agree with you
they
that
played us 419, they didn't play us 419.
that consciousness will not die. I agree with you. I support that prayer and your desire, and you will get that nation sooner than expected.
From 1999, they've been amending constitution. When is all this craziness going to end? For God's sake.
The floor is yours, please. Go ahead.
Please,
Electricity.
electricity.
Are you
Please,
saying that Nigeria should split?
Wait now, it's my time. Please, electricity. I have one question. In other countries, armed struggle is part of revolution. It has worked in Zimbabwe, it worked in South Africa, it worked in Haiti, it worked in several countries. In fact, that's how they got their freedom. Why is armed struggle detested? Why is armed struggle seen as a criminal activity in Nigeria? With what Nigerians have seen so far, if they go into armed struggle, don't you think they are fighting for their rights?
Esheru, let me answer you. See, I never open. When I open reach that gun, everybody go carry am. Now Nigeria go beg for round table. Make you no worry. Now then go beg for round table.
Gentlemen,
the stage where things they go now then go beg. Say, okay, make we now come, make we talk. Leave them.
Gentlemen, I would like to thank you all again and have a lovely evening and a lovely week ahead. And God bless you, God bless your family, and thanks for riding on this journey. So I will end the broadcast because Fofada wants to start a different program entirely. You can join him. It will come on here.
What is the name of his program?
Come again?
What is the name of his program? What is the name of
the alternative to bad government?
And then when we get our own Yoruba nation of electricity, if Bayelsa wants to come and be a state, an independent,
we don't do. Dream is good.
We will allow it. Don't worry, we will allow it.
Dream is cheap. So dream is very cheap.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Henry, don't worry. We will allow it. Don't worry, Henry.